It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny Smith is here. Shaquille O'Neal. Big guy right there.
Oh.
Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. Taking a look at the Rockets, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. Well, we have a good one tonight. 2 powerhouse clubs about to throw down. Kenny, how do you see this playing out?
Well, you got 2 teams bring out their best in each other tonight, Ernie. So that's why this game is a must-see matchup. Tremendous individual matchups as well, and this will be a heated rivalry for years to come.
I'm seeing something in the ball.
In what ball?
The crystal ball.
Right. Not that again.
I think this could be a preview of these teams meeting in the postseason.
Wow.
Everyone in the league will also be watching.
Wow.
Shaq Thomas.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Hand me that ball.
Can't touch it.
Hand me that ball.
Can't touch
Just
it.
hand me that ball, please.
Can't touch it.
Why?
Look.
Oh! He just dropped the ball.
Don't have to worry about that shtick anymore.
He dropped the ball.
Rockets here at home in this Western Conference matchup, live here in Houston. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. The road trip for the Blazers ends here as they leave for Portland right after the game. A great start to the season for them, notching 3 wins to tip it off.
And when you look at Portland, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hoped they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, undisputedly, Damian Lillard is the leader of this Blazers team. Now, Yusuf Nurkic said, he's the best thing that's happened to me. To have a superstar in this league as a leader, a friend, and a teammate, it makes me better. Kevin?
LDA, you can't get much higher praise than that. Thanks. We've already seen a few players make, Brent, a big leap over last year. Their hard work is really paying off.
The interesting thing over the past few years is just how intricate the off-season training is for players. And this is why I think the evolution of the game feels like it's been sped up. So many specialized coaches, so much time that guys want to work on facets of the game that are opening up opportunities. And with so much space that's on the floor for guys, we get to see those skill sets a little bit more often on a nightly basis. Awesome to see that players continue to strive to maximize their potential.
I agree. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Trailblazers, Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. Hood out there with Whiteside, and it's Nurkic in at the center position.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
Houston shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer. A striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start.
Well, a lot to love about the Blazers' 2017-18 season, but it ended on a very sour note.
Well, they were a surprise 3rd team in the West last year. It was so tightly grouped. Things shook out for Portland to end up with home court advantage, but eventually swept out of the playoffs by a Pelican team that just played at breakneck speed. So getting swept is really hard for the Blazers. They did a lot of good things last year, developed Zach Collins in the later part of the season. But we'll see this year if they make some changes in order to have something more dynamic that they can offer up.
Here's Green, following the score by Damian Lillard. Here's Westbrook. No good that time. Good work defensively by Whiteside. To the middle, here's Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And the CJ, such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter, and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Passes it to Harden. Over McCollum. Harden's shot is good.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Now here's Lillard. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. Poked loose. Whiteside kicks to McCollum. Lillard against Fareed. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. Good work defensively by Capella. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Harden, that's good.
Well, Westbrook keeping his options open on that possession, doesn't force the shot, and finds a man breaking free.
Westbrook against Lillard. No good from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And here's Harden for 3.
Well, he's got both height and length, and that time showed them both.
And it's Lillard missing.
Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
A shot's good from Westbrook.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to McCollum. He kicks to Whiteside. Back to McCollum to stop the run. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Harden outside from deep. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 8 points for James Harden.
And doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Gordon, he's checked in for Green. Portland also making some changes. Kazanya, he's checked in for Whiteside. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Rodney Hood. McCollum against Harden. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Will it go? Nurkic finds McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And Kenneth Fareed, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
Now Westbrook is definitely not pleased how he played against the Clippers. McCollum against Harden, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that was an Unleashed Chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. And now, here's Hazonia. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's his first. And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Obviously, Damian Lillard is the type of player who can carry an offense, ball in his hands at all times, and he can pick and choose where it is that he wants to spot up on the floor, manipulate a pick and roll, and just start to get devastating in terms of getting to the rim and mixing up some coverages for the defense.
Throw good, Damian Lillard. And with Lillard, as you said, almost 20 shots a game for him the past few seasons.
Well, that's near the top of the list amongst point guards and usage rate, but I don't think Damian Lillard minds it all that much. A lot of his shots are three-pointers, and a lot of those threes are pretty deep, Kevin. You couple that shooting ability with the ability he has to create, and the offense starts to find its way into a good rhythm.
And their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Rivers dishes to Gordon. Back to Rivers. To the right side. Tucker. And another three for Houston.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Trailblazers trail by 6. And Bazemore kicks to Lillard. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. He dishes it to Rivers. Here's Tucker. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
The defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Portland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Rivers against Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 12.
I don't think he even feels that kind of contact. His focus is just too good inside. Nothing a defense can do.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Rockets ahead. They lead by 7. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
They've got Austin Rivers. He's out there at the Mon Shumpert. E.J. Tucker is out there with Gordon. And it's House in at the 4. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Shumpert. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Gordon, the pass to Tucker. No good from outside.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Bazemore against Gordon. Up top, Bazemore. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Lillard gets double-teamed. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Over the last decade or so, a huge transformation, Brent, in the way games are played. Do you see any additional changes on the horizon?
I wonder if the league will think about, and I think it'd be interesting, if they had a three-point line that just disintegrated into the sideline. We have the split, and we have the archway, right? We'll go down the sidelines. It'd be really interesting if the league, maybe in Summer League, experimented with the three-point line being equidistant the whole way around.
And going right out of bounds.
Yeah, so right out of bounds, it eliminates the corner three. It would impact the way you would defend the corner shot, because now it doesn't have a value of 3. 1 point more for a shorter shot seems to be a little unfair as it is, and we know it's the most valuable shot in basketball.
There's no doubt.
But I wonder how that would look, and maybe Adam Silver and the committee will look at a Summer League where the three-point line just disappears in the sideline, eliminating the corner three.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Rivers against Lillard. A 3-ball. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Rivers. Rivers has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Trailblazers trail by 9. Now a timeout called by Portland. And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offensive success with this development as a long-range shooter. Gotten to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
A whole new 5 on the floor. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Zach Collins. Whiteside comes in for Hezonja. Woods checked in for ABC. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Kent Bazemore. Now here's McCollum. A 20-point game for him in the win against Indiana.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Now here's Westbrook following the missed shot by Nurkic. Fareed finds Capella. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for the Rockets.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Capella. He doesn't get the second one. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Now, here's Nurkic. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with him.
Good on the wing, guarded by Green. Poked away. Second chance shot. Misses off the right iron. Houston leading by 9. Here's Westbrook, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Free throw good, Westbrook.
Well, on top of everything else that you get from Russell Westbrook, you get some good foul shooting. Important trait for any point guard and great scorer in the league. Find your way to the line.
And the basket by McCollum.
Well, after a tough first quarter, it didn't get to him in any way. He's really stepped up here in the second quarter.
Westbrook kicks to Capella. Green, the pass to Harden. Back to Green. Takes the 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Now, here's Lillard. 15 points in the game. The pass to Whiteside. Here's Hood. Got it from 16 feet. Hood's got his first points of the night.
Hood, nice job on the mid-range there, finding a little bit of a gap and making the defense pay.
Here's Harden. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, James Harden.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Harden. Hood drives in, pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Hood's got his second bucket of the night.
You got to remember, Rodney Hood, 6'8", so he has the size needed to be a factor on the inside if he stays aggressive.
From deep, Harden. Another miss by Houston. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 11-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. For 3.
Well, Westbrook out there playing defense like an interior decorator, draped all over him.
And so it's the Houston Rockets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
James, big first half for you. What was the most important thing that got you going?
Just trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and give a little spark to my teammates. And they followed along. So, it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
So far, so good. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, what we saw from James Harden absolutely crushed it in the first half. Using his size, power, quickness, but what really separates him, outstanding creativity with the ball in his hands.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Day turning tonight here in the Southwest. We're in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
So here's Westbrook. On the court for the Trailblazers. Lillard the 1 with McCollum at the 2. Whiteside is out there with Rodney Hood. And it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. Here's Green. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Russell Green's got 3 assists tonight. Trailblazers trail by 14. McCollum right side. Off the mark from 16 feet out. The Rockets shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Here's Green. And the layup is good. Green's got 5 now.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And that's 18 points for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, all night long he's just been on it. He's feeling it, and Lillard will start to call his own number in some of these sets.
Westbrook finds Capella. Harden outside. Just 5 to shoot. From 13. No good. Shot missing. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers trail by 13. To the inside. And the jam by Whiteside.
Yeah, the vision's one thing, but the timing also helps. Lillard prepared to get the ball to his teammate.
Harden against McCollum. Connects from 3-point range.
Yeah, 3 of 4 to start this half. Offensively, they've been great.
Now a timeout called by Portland. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Houston making some changes. House is checked in. And Shumpert in there for James Harden. And a switch here also for Portland. Mario Hezonja is checked in for Whiteside. Now here's McCollum. He has 7. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Off target from three-point range. Rockets leading by 14. Pass to House. Rivers finds Shumpert. They kick it out to Green. That 3 off the mark. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Lillard. McCollum with the ball. Portland moving the ball around. Inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Last season, Damian Lillard continuing to put up big numbers. Took a while for him to find his groove, but he eventually got there.
Yeah, a lot of chatter last year about Lillard switching up his diet, going vegan for a little while, and then he switched back. Said he was losing a little bit too much in terms of his total body weight, and felt like he needed to get some of that strength back.
That free throw good from Lillard.
And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Portland with a change here too. Bazemore is checked in. And so he hits both. For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron James. But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I thought
was
I
on
did.
my frontal
I was
lobe
thinking
here.
it, and I guess it came out.
We have so many great superstars, but after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals, there's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch him, Kevin. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA.
Ditto. And it's the Rockets with the ball. The Blazers getting the bucket. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. 5 on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Well, he knows how to get the shot off at any time on that pick and roll. Natural instincts taking over, and the experience helping McCollum as well.
Now, here's Capella. He has 7. Here's Tucker. Good on the three-point shot. Tucker's got 12.
And he's been hitting from out there. Defensively, you're going to have to change some things up.
The classic catch-22 guy right here. If you key in on him, you're going to open up other opportunities for his teammates to have good looks.
Here's Bazemore. To the paint. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Nurkic.
At 280 pounds, I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
And Houston calls their first timeout of the game. With Kent Bazemore, Brent, a lot of what he brings on the defensive end starts with his length, a very large, long arm span.
Yeah, not a picnic for any guard that's trying to navigate around the length of Kent Bazemore. He's always had an impressive steal and block total as the seasons have gone on, and the ball handler doesn't ever feel quite comfortable with Baze around.
He's checked in for the Rockets. Harden comes in for Shumpert. Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. ABC comes in for Damian Lillard. 1:35 left in the third. A nice shot by Rivers.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
Capella kicks it to Tucker. Right wing. Capella, the pass to Rivers. Back to Capella. And he banks in the layup. Capella's got his third bucket of the night.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Now, here's Bazemore. Pass to McCollum. Shot clock at 5. Over Rivers. And it's off the back rim. No good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And the basket by Harden.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Harden against McCollum. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. And so it's the Houston Rockets, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
I don't have any problem with the jump shots we're taking, but we can be more aggressive going to the basket and then getting that same shot. I'd rather get it in the paint once in a while and then kick it out, and then we'll have more rhythm to it, all right?
And some good points by Coach Terry Stotts. They're getting shots, but it wouldn't hurt them to play a little inside out, at least a little bit of it.
And, you know, I like that coach is making suggestions rather than demands. It empowers the players, and they have to learn how to make their own choices on the floor.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Kenneth Faried is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Gordon. Then it's Harden. And it's Westbrook in at the 1. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Bucket is good. 6 points for ABC.
Even though they're still trailing, he continues to be lights out from the field. What a competitor.
And here's Harden to the paint. And Faried throws it down.
And Faried making great eye contact with his teammates there. I guess you call those manimal instincts. You can see the strong connection he has.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Gordon finds Harden. And the rejection by Collins. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Westbrook surveying the D. The pass to Faried. 5 on the clock. This one for 3. Westbrook can't get it to go. Trailblazers trail by 14. Outside Hood to the middle. Here's Little. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Westbrook against Hood. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Russell Westbrook, passionate about the game of basketball, Brent, we know that, but fashion among his foremost interests outside the game.
Yeah, the honor, the gift fashion line, which, Kevin, you and I don't think we have much in our closets from that, but got to respect it. Fearless, not only on the court, but off the court in some of the attire that Russell Westbrook brings to the game.
And the first one at the line is good for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Gerald Green in for James Harden. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Collins. And Lillard subbed in for ABC. Both free throws good from Westbrook. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Now a timeout called by Portland.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
Just your average hood. My dreams of getting rich. My crib big like a football field. You know, around like I signed a football deal. But you know, I take 15 minutes to drop a track. Yeah, I take half a minute. But you know, I make them bounce all across the globe. I got your a franchise like a Houston Rockets. And robbery 8 months is when I usually drop it. You know, I got the streets on lock. I like my beats with knock. You know.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He was not happy with their defensive performance. He said they're getting everything they want. We've got to show them we can't let that happen. You have to make a stand. You have to get some stops, and that'll get us going on a run, guys.
And that one's good, Lillard.
That's a nice shot from Damian Lillard. He feels like he can drain it just about anywhere and appreciates the fact that he's got that kind of range.
Now here's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
Here's Lillard. Got a piece of it. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And there's the feed to Capella. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Back to Lillard. Clock at 6, and Lillard gets double-teamed. Nurkic kicks it to Bazemore. And again, it's Portland converting.
Well, once Bazemore gets the ball off the pass, he immediately skies up for the jump shot and nails it. You like to see that kind of assertive, aggressive, confident attitude.
Now, here's Westbrook. Good work there as it goes. Westbrook's got 6 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to Bazemore. Back to Lillard. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland.
Substitution. C.J. McCollum.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. 4 on the clock, and it's Kenneth Faried with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Westbrook against Lillard. Back to Whiteside. Just 5 on the clock.
Now, sometimes the D has no choice but to foul Whiteside and try to make him earn it.
Shooting for Portland, Hassan Whiteside, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Whiteside.
One of the areas where we've seen Whiteside improve is that free throw percentage. Much better than when he first came into the NBA.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. He feeds it to Green. Over Hood, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
Now, here's Lillard. It's stolen by Capella.
2 minutes.
Westbrook with it. Over Lillard. Westbrook can't get it to go. Trailblazers trail by 16. Good on the wing. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in.
A little flare there from Rodney Hood, connecting on a rare floater from him.
Rockets have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Westbrook passes to Gordon. Back to Westbrook. The tray. And it's Portland with the rebound. McCollum outside. Kicks to Nurkic. Here's Lillard. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Lillard's got 10 points here in the second half.
That's a pretty quick trigger from Lillard. That's what allows him to nail those jumpers. Sometimes he realizes the D's a bit closer.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They lead by 12. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Westbrook. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. And that'll be his third foul so far. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Fareed has it in the corner. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
Well, you'd like to have a rewind button and get a couple plays back, but impossible at this point. Need better execution at times.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
He kicks it to McCollum. Inside for three. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Rockets ball. Substitution on the court.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Russell. Congrats on the win. How are you guys able to stay in front down the stretch?
Just try to be aggressive. And we did a good job of, all game of staying aggressive. Our defense was key towards the end, and we did a good job of closing the game out.
Great effort at both ends, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.